By the way, how many of you attended the podcast last night? Big podcast star here, Kurt Fuller. Kurt, how was your time on the podcast, on the recording
Seriously?
last night? Yes.
Okay, it's shockingly hard because an hour, it seemed like 5 hours, and
But yet you made it
for me
so
it
easy.
was so hard. I was sweating, and Tim was great, and I just, I had to keep my energy and attention up. I didn't realize, the people who do that all the time, like night guys. I mean,
It just goes to show you just how good Tim and Maggie are.
yes, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Good
They are
simpatico.
fantastic, and I cannot wait for Maggie to be back.
She'll be back. Right. She's, we can't say what, but she's
Yeah, you
off.
can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we can?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big old boo, the fact that Maggie's not here. 1, 2, 3.
But she is off filming, so obviously being working actors, it's it sometimes gets in the way of the fun, like the conventions, right?
Yes, I wouldn't. I'm so glad I'm not working.
Right.
You're right. This is just a godsend that I'm not working.
You can be here with us.
I was talking with Tim earlier. So last convention, GalaxyCon New Orleans, I just happened to have the television on. It was just playing whatever, and it ended up being the Woody Woodpecker movie. And then I heard a familiar voice on my screen, and I happened to look. I was like, I know that voice. And Tim, you were in the Woody Woodpecker.
I love that we started this panel off with something about me. Thank you.
And not Psych at all.
You were Woody. Were you Woody?
Woody and I were pitted against each other.
Oh, okay.
I was the evil land developer moving into develop Woody's land, which we shot that little film in Squamish, just north of our little home of Vancouver.
Right. In Vancouver, a lot of folks may not know, but Vancouver was where you actually filmed Psych, and not in Santa Barbara, California.
Psych! See what I did there?
Now, I have to ask, did the city officials for Santa Barbara ever reach out and said, stop killing people in our town?
It's not ideal, is it?
I mean, it's the
Right.
murder capital of the world.
It is the murder capital of the world.
Destroy tourism.
Santa Barbara has a population of what? 3,000, 5,000? I mean, there's a murder a week.
A murder a week.
Well, it quickly went down to 2,000 with all the people we killed.
Yes. It started at 3 until the show came, yeah.
But as long as if you didn't know anybody, you were probably safe, because all the killings came from somebody that you knew.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, you have dissected the show.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why Henry left. You were like, no, I can't do this anymore. I have to stop knowing people or else he'll die.
Who's Henry?
Oh, pumpkin.
Actually, Corbin, I do have a question. At the beginning of the shows, the cold opens were always throwbacks. So, and I had a question about the wigs that they had you wear, the hair pieces. Did you film those, before did you have to do makeup before each episode, or did they film them all at the same time and get them
No,
over
it
with?
was the worst day of my life every time we had to do it. I had to put the wig on, and I felt stupid. I'm okay being a bald dude.
Right.
And
I'm not.
It harked back to a time my mother, on my 40th birthday, a wonderful actress, she was on The Young and the Restless, she insisted that I have to get a wig if I'm going to continue as an actor.
Okay.
And she bought me a wig for my 40th birthday, and I went to this guy named Pooney in Beverly Hills to get
My
the
guy
best
was
wig.
Ziggy.
Ziggy, really?
Ziggy, yeah.
Well, Ziggy was good. I think this Pooney was weird. So I get this wig. It takes like 4 weeks to get it. It's made out of angel's back hair or
And
something.
it's super
I don't know.
expensive, too.
And super expensive. And I finally go for the fitting. I put it on, and Pooney's like, "Oh, it's fabulous." And I'm going, "Yes, it looks great." He goes, "Take it home and wear it home to show your mother." And I thought, like, I'm not going to get it. Okay. I get in my car, and I'm driving, and I pull up to a red light, and some guy does this, literally. He goes, he starts laughing at me with this wig, and I just... But I
it?
think a piece of that wig is what I actually wore in the pilot, because at the beginning we didn't do wig. You're just trying to hit the show off the ground.
Right.
So I actually wore that for
You
a
brought
bit.
it up to the
I brought it up there. I think we actually used it for the pilot because the pilot we didn't know where we were going yet. Yeah.
So
But
you had a little
I
piece- you had a
hated
little
it. It was
piece of
the
your
worst
mom.
day of my life. Always.
Every
having to
single-
put
But
the
you had a
wig
little
on.
piece of your mom in the pilot. That's lovely.
Yeah, a little piece of my mom in the pilot. That's right.
That is true.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't. I would look in the mirror and I would go, I don't like. It just looked like a wig to me. Always.
It
And-
was a wig.
And it's supposed to make me look like 40 years younger or something.
Right.
No. No, I just look like the old guy
It
with
just
a
looked
wig.
like you in a wig.
I will never now get the image of Pooney saying, "Take it home and show your mother" out of your
Take it home and show your mother. And I was like, Pooney. Just to say his name, Pooney, was weird.
It wasn't Pony?
No, it's Pooney.
Okay.
P-U-O-I-N-I-E-Y.
No, don't spell it. Don't spell it.
Pooney Wigs by Beverly Hills.
Pooney Wigs by Beverly Hills. Yes.
For your mother.
For my mother.
Oh,
It was like a
jeez.
$10,000 wig. It was
This
ridiculous.
is what you asked.
Is this what you guys want to hear?
Well, that's the wig you saw in the pilot anyway. So now you know the story behind it.
As mentioned, huge fan of the show. If I wasn't here, I would be down there with you guys. One of the things that impresses me the most on the show is
Thank you.
Woody, but is Tim's ability to not break. That being said, how often did you break in ruin scenes?
I'm gonna say constantly.
I was going to say, wait, what show are you watching?
We can all answer that question
Yes.
100% of the time.
Hollywood editing did a great job.
They had to employ one editor who was just dedicated to fixing my my breaks.
He starts laughing before the scene starts.
It was always the same. The same. You knew the tell was coming because a lip clipper would start because I'm trying to like this. It would
You
just
can't
start,
see
it
it
would
under
just
his
start to go.
And that's
mustache
not
right now.
distracting, by the way.
This part of my trip would just start to go, and then all bets were off. Because here's the thing: Lassiter was always so straight-laced. He wasn't allowed to smile, so there was no like. Sometimes you can like cover a break by just smiling, and then. But no, Lassiter was just. There was no smiling. There was very little smiling for Lassiter, let alone laughing. So sometimes that train just left the station. You just had to ride it.
When we're in the coroner's office and we're like, why are you wearing sunglasses? And you're like, why aren't you wearing sunglasses? Was that written or were you like, did you just spit that out
Here,
because
Kirsten,
you were
you want to
breaking?
take?
Oh, you
Kirsten,
texted-
you want to take my
yeah,
chair?
thank you. Thank you, Milo. Now, get out of there.
No, so you're talking about season 6, episode 2, Last Night Gus.
Yes.
The infamous "you put some sunglasses on." No, "you put some sunglasses on" was written.
It was. I thought
It
that was him covering for his laughter. Again, of like,
You gotta wear the sunglasses. Keep your eyes closed so you're not looking at anybody.
No, but Kirsten's honest thing. There was a lot of times where I would just cover the laughter with an angry outburst, which apparently didn't cover very well because Kirsten saw it immediately.
Who do you guys feel made you break the most?
For me, it was Mr. Kurt Bartholomew Fuller.
He destroyed so much of my work. So
You
much of
loved
the
it.
Emmy stuff was on the cutting room floor because of his laughing. But it was also a great compliment, so I'll take it.
I mean, James caused us to break because we didn't know it was coming.
Right.
And that's why we would make sure that cameras always shot in 2 directions so that we could get our take straight so that they can cut that in and would just be like, I said my lines perfectly, instead of cracking up or just having fun, or Dulé with his And he would just keep doing that, and you're like, stop it, I need to have pipe here.
Tim, didn't you do a thing? Dulé would fall asleep. He could fall asleep anywhere at any time. And didn't you do a photo montage? Every time he was asleep, you took a picture
I ran
of
a
him?
panel. I moderated a panel at Comic-Con once and did a whole montage of my shots of Dulé sleeping. Because anywhere on location, locations would bring like a little bed for him. Like they had like a little like bedroll, and he would just. The dude could sleep anywhere in the middle of a parking lot. He'd be just laid flat on his back with his little sleeping mask on and just a big smile on his face.
Maybe with a peanut butter sandwich.
And that was like fantastic that you had the presence of mind to take all those shots. Because I walk past him and I don't even notice,
Step right over.
Because I would see locations setting up his little camp out spot and be like, oh, I need to get him on the camera.
I mean, guys, look, this is on a Sunday morning. This is amazing.
Thank you, you guys.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
Thank you.
What a great looking crowd. Like, we have a long line here for our Q&A.
Happy Sunday, Raleigh.
I mean, this is what the Beatles must have felt like.
100%. So we have our line. Hello, what is your name?
Hi, my name's Angela.
Hi, Angela.
First, I gotta say, every year I watch from start to finish. It's a yearly tradition for me, and I don't cry in movies or shows or anything like Marley and Me, Logan. Nope, dry face. But in Lassie Come Home, when you took your first step, I openly weep every year. I openly weep when you take that first step, Timothy. So, yes.
That was the intended purpose of thank you. Nailed it.
I'm sure it was, but it breaks me in a good way every year. But my question is, what aspects of each character, not just in Psych, but each character, do you guys play that you actually take home with you that impacts who you are off stage or off screen?
Oh, so not what we bring to the character. Do we get possessed by our characters to bring home with us?
Exactly.
Don't say anything from Supernatural. Don't say anything from Supernatural.
You'd have to ask my wife and kids.
Mine's pretty clear, and I think it's why I got the show, because I have 4 glorious sons, and I would bring home always the sense of family. It was our family, but also my relationship with Sean, and that's what grounded me in the whole show. And so I would take it back, and I'd see my 4 sons, know not what to do with them to turn out like Sean.
You never
but I
locked
was
them
always,
in a trunk
and that's
or
become,
anything?
what's that?
You never locked them in a trunk or anything? Come
No.
on.
Well, my kids?
Don't.
No, I can fit 3 in the trunk, but not all 4. I always
They're very tall.
And that 4th one would be called a spare. No, we family. And at this point in my life, that's all I care about. So.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, not a funny answer, just a true one.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, good morning. My name is Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
Thank you all for being here, and I wanted to give a personal thank you to Tim for your role as Hephaestus in the new Percy Jackson series. That
Thank you.
adaptation means the world to me.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
So thank you for being a part of that.
There's more to come.
Can I give you a super cool spoiler?
Yes.
Hef is going to be back in season 3.
He's
Which-
one of my favorite gods.
I'm glad. And I got to say those executive producers, Danny Schatz and John Steinberg, I've been working with since 2007. Again, much like my Psych producers, just who took such good care of me, putting me back to work. And the fact that Hephaestus is a disabled god, and they recreated my actual walking stick to look just like his. So they were. I'm so supported by this Psych family and just everybody I worked with. So when they text me one day like, hey, you want to come up and play, and I'd say, just so you guys know, I'm not the same actor you worked with 17 years ago, and these went, we want you however we get you. So they were just to the point where I was still thank you very. That was really more for them. I was really self-conscious of my voice at the time because I'm still working on getting it back, and I told them that's a big thing because I'm not quite there yet. And so they said, we've got. Because our leads are young kids, we have an acting coach on set. How about we have a meet you in your trailer? So every morning, this amazing acting coach would meet me in my trailer and give me a vocal warm-up. It was like old school college vocal class, and just to warm me up for the day. And I was so lucky. And then Danny Schatz was on set every take in between we talk, and he would just sort of pretty much hold my hand through every set, every scene to make sure that I was comfortable. And really reassuring, just saying look, man, just so you know, we have a lot of money in the show. We are not moving on tour all happy, so you can just relax and be cool. But again, if I'm all successful on that show, it's because of my friends and producers on that. Much like Psych.
Thank you so much. And then I have a question actually on behalf of my dad, who couldn't be here today, who loves the show in addition to my fiance and one of my best friends. And my dad's question is, after so many seasons with so many different episodes, how were you able to keep Psych as a show fresh, funny, and entertaining from episode to episode?
Well, that was, as a person who came on in season 4, the relationship between everybody, the closeness of the actors, because everybody seemed to be developing their own personal relationships all the time. It was always people were always getting closer and going through things together. That the acting was just an extension of everybody's personal feelings. I mean, everybody was happy to be there all the time, basically. I mean, there were some dark days, I'm sure, but.
When he was wearing a wig.
Yeah,
very dark.
Like we heard the trauma of Corbin's wig, so I think that's what it was. I think it was the fact that everybody was so happy to work together. So it was just fun.
I think also, I think this went all the way through, even though we weren't doing these things. The relationship with all of you was something we really understood, and that symbiotic kind of back and forth between the fans, whether it's people that came to visit us, people that we reached out and helped during the course of the show.
Yeah, make a wish.
I think the relationship with you guys kind of kept it fresh. We're in a studio, but we still knew you were there, and we could feel you. So I think, I don't know, for me, that was part of it.
Well, and there were always rewrites, like live rewrites on the set, and and that keeps you on your toes, because the boys, mainly James, would want to let's try something new, or let's take it up a level, or try this line instead, and he would just constantly throw stuff out, not in a we're getting rid of the old script, but what works, what doesn't, and it was happy to come to work, happy to play at work, and that just made it kind of joyful.
It's a happy place.
A happy place.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
And first, I'd like to thank y'all for coming out to Raleigh. It's been my dream to meet y'all for so long. I've watched y'all since I've been like an 8-year-old boy. I watched y'all. It's been my dream to meet all y'all. But my question is there any scene or moment you had while recording that really made you fall in love with your character or the show itself?
Oh.
I didn't see that question coming from you.
Well, yeah, right. Heavy. I had one at the beginning, at the very beginning of the pilot, how many hats are in the room, and that always kind of, people say, what's your favorite episode, your favorite scene? It was always that. And then the scenes with Tim at the end. Those are the ones that, or as we got into the films, and those kind of made me understand Henry and made me love the show even more.
Yeah, you really did go full circle, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I'm still spinning.
Oh, I know.
I'm back at the beginning again, getting a wig.
Yeah, on that point, the fact that Lassiter and Henry got to have that moment in that movie was, again, truly full circle, and just lovely that our writers were still developing these characters. That's how we kept it fresh, because our amazing writers and producers were still developing these characters as we moved along.
Right. And it was interesting because Henry's part was never really the funny guy. I was a straight guy, which was really hard sometimes because everybody else got to be silly and funny and stupid and I would try improvs and they go, no, just say the lines.
But then you put two straight guys in a scene together, it doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't. But when you and I got to do that, I think that's where I really fully understood where my place was in the sort of lineage of the show. I was this guy who brought it back to this reality.
But that scene in particular was so much your and my sort of friendship, and we've always like Corbin's called Papa Bear by all of us for a reason, because you are sort of the wise mentor to a lot of us, and like Maggie was says, like there is no small talk with you. You always go straight to the deep core.
Yeah.
Because you care and you want to know.
Right. Yeah. Can't help it.
I think, especially that season 1, they were trying to figure out how does the chief fit in. How does she fit into the family? Me starting out pregnant. Does she go out into the field?
How do you fit in the room with that?
How do I fit in the room? How do I fit behind a desk? And I think Rob-a-bye Baby in season 2, when I'm a mother holding on by my fingernails, right? And I'm sleeping with my eyes open. And there was a moment where the coffee pot is empty. I go back to the break room. I'm like, who put the coffee pot back empty? Who does that? And I was like, oh, there's the chief. It was like a click of intensity, but you keep it down until you have to let it go and be the mama bird to his papa bear. So.
And why did that never actually happen?
What?
You and I.
No.
I was hitting on you the whole time. Are you kidding me?
It wasn't creepy at all.
I hit on you constantly.
I'm talking about, oh, right.
It's like we don't.
Well, that doesn't stop Henry.
We never met my husband.
Therefore,
What husband?
You mean
blessed.
Emilio Estevez?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Love y'all so much.
All right, time
you're
is
beautiful,
creeping up on us. We want to try to get through as many as possible. Hello.
Good morning, guys. My name's Chris.
morning.
This gentleman took my question for Corbin, so I just wanted to tell Tim. My wife was the one last night who mentioned Luck of the Irish, and I had never seen that, so of course we went back to the Airbnb and watched it. And I woke up with an Irish accent this morning for some reason, so I just wanted to tell you.
Which was probably better than my accent in that movie.
I don't think it was, but I just wanted to say good job.
That was a night of romance, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So thanks, guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's David, and
David.
my question was, what was your favorite unscripted moment that made it into the show?
Ooh.
Oh,
You have one?
I have one. I think I talked about it last night, but most of you guys weren't here last night, which is a little disappointing.
Tragic for you.
So I'll repeat it now because you didn't show up last night.
Here's the good news, though. You could still listen to the episode on our podcast. It's available on Apple.
That's right.
Apple Podcasts. The psychologists are in. He's psychologists podcast.
I think it was what was the name of that episode? The shark, the
The head, the tail, the whole damn episode.
The head,
Or
the
as
tail,
we
the
all
whole
call it,
damn
Sharky Shark.
thing.
Sharky
So
Shark.
somebody's been eaten by a shark. I'm in the morgue. They're on the table. All these jokers are across from me, and the legs are not there. It's just basically a torso, and I'm trying to draw a picture of a knife or the kind of thing that cut him, and I'm drawing on the body, and all of a sudden I go, I didn't even have a line, there. And I just said, and it wasn't even a James Roday line. I went, oh my God, what am I doing? This is half a man here. And it made it in. So that one I take 100% credit for, which is very rare.
I'll take 100% credit then for directing you. That when they had with a prop, you had the Furby. You had the Furby outfit in the coroner's office, right? And
Yes.
it was the head of it was your head, and you hated it. You didn't know what to do with it, and it was a scripted. But they wanted it in the shot. How do we get rid of it? So it was having to have you. It wasn't in the script. The head was in the script, but let's get rid of this now. And it was you talking and moving about in the coroner's office, but then you stuck it in the freezer. Shunk.
I don't even remember that.
Oh my God.
Was that your idea?
It was my idea.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It was 100%.
That's genius.
Geniusness in the moment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
I'll do mine. I rarely because I was sort of insecure about pitching stuff, and early on, especially because you're around geniuses like Rode Rodriguez, and I never wanted to sort of pitch. So there was one day I pitched. I can't remember what the episode was, but Sean comes up to the last room and says, "We found Prince," and I pitched it. Or no, I come to him and say, "We found Prince," and I pitched his response of, "Was he under a cherry moon in a little red Corvette?" and then I say, "Fingerprints, you moron." And James, it made James giggle and it stayed in. So forever I'm proud of that one.
If you get him to giggle, yeah.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Whitney.
Hi, Whitney.
My question here for you guys, and you don't have to answer it for Psych, your characters. It could be any character you've ever played throughout your entire work of body. But is there did your characters ever receive or give any advice that you took with you, and what was it?
Wow. We are getting whiplash up here from these fantastic questions. Corbin, extensive.
Henry gave nothing but advice. You must have something.
Yeah. No, I got nothing. Advice that we gave. Wait.
Or that you.
Wait, I actually don't understand the question. I'm going to be honest.
So
Clarify.
It could be any character you ever played. It doesn't have to necessarily be Henry Spencer. It can be Henry Spencer, but if any character you ever played throughout your entire filmography, any character that gave you advice, that you either got advice or received advice.
That was relevant to our own personal lives.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you're all too young. Divorces never happen in a courtroom. They happen in the hallway. Because people go into a courtroom. When I played in LA law, one of the things they told me was, I would say, why aren't I ever in the courtroom? They said, because most people settle in the hallway before they go in the courtroom, because everything you take into the courtroom is going to become public. And so my character would always say, if you want this to be public, sir, who I'm representing your wife who wants everything, we can go in there, but it will always be on the record. So settle in the hallway before you go to court. That's what.
Apparently, you have an upcoming divorce.
What's that?
Do you have an upcoming divorce that you're going to use that?
No, no, don't start that. No, I love my wife. I've been together with my wife for 37 glorious years.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see her. I miss her so much right now.
I was working on a smaller project that one of the lines was they were having problems in a group setting, and that the world is discombobulated. And the character says, one at a time. Reach them one at a time, because that's how you'll right the ship. And it's not that you have to make, and it was just this idea of you can't go out and make grandstands. You can't speak to the masses. You have to go talk to each person. And that's how we make things better. One at a time, reach them one at a time. So, I just remember doing that one. So that one came home.
Which makes total sense, because while most of us were on strike a few years ago, the actors, this one was our mama bear strike captain at the Disney lot. So every day she was busting her ass out in the summer heat every morning, making sure all the actors were safe and hydrated. And you were amazing, Kirsten. No, we showed, and I remember the first time I showed up, and literally making sure where the car was letting me off was parked, so I was safe and not falling into traffic, and making sure I had a nice vest on and properly hydrated. You were amazing, and it just goes to show. And let's not even talk about you planting trees. How there's the old phrase of, well, I think it's specifically the men who plant trees, whose shade they will never sit in. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So she is the woman who will plant trees for the shade she'll never sit in. So you took that advice and you put it to heart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we have about 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. We're going to do as many as possible. Hello.
Do some yes or no's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
My name is Sophia.
Yes.
First, I love your guys' show. My mom used to watch it when I was younger, and I never paid attention to it until a couple years ago when I was like, hey, what happened to that show with that crazy main character or something? But my question is for everyone. Was there an arc or choice the writers made for your character that you weren't happy with?
Nice.
Yes, we know what mine is. Done.
Tim?
No, I was just so delighted the fact that I was cast and got to play this guy. So I really mean, I'm not being cheeky. There wasn't anything. They were constantly giving me gifts, and so no. I know we're short on time. I need to go back to that lovely comment the woman said about last year come home on my first walk, my first steps. So if that was at all effective and really emotional to you, that was also Corbin and Kirsten. Corbin and Christy and Maggie were also in that scene as well. And that was actually the first time I'd ever walked on set without my stick. So to take those, and Steve, but I've been working for, and so as far as the emotional scaffolding that my fellow actors and actresses gave me, our first AD was standing just off set holding my stick for me. So I got about 3 steps in, and then usually I would still reach for the wall, but which I couldn't do. So he immediately shoved the stick in my hand so I didn't go down. So I've been so supported physically and emotionally throughout this entire recovery journey, and that's just one perfect example of that. So none of this, whether it's the show or my recovery or anything like that, happens in a vacuum. I'm always supported by these people on this stage with me and our writers and all of you. So I just had to get that in before we go. And that was a way of covering because I have no answer to your question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Alma. Sorry, this is going to give you a little bit of a whiplash, but I was wondering, sorry.
No, I'm ready.
So I was wondering, what are your guys' opinions on the gender roles that are expressed in Psych? Because we have these really badass women that are really strong and really opinionated, but at the same time, they're more likely to be the ones that believe Sean and his grand, like...
The show, it's a matriarchy, whether they know it or not. It just so happens that there is a woman on top just because that is who I am. But that is interesting that you see that we are the ones that tend to believe Sean, whether we'll admit it openly, because I, as the chief, played it as there's a small part of me that knows he's not, because I knew Henry. You know, it's that line in the pilot, if I knew your father, you're nothing like him. So there must be something fishy here, but I'm not going to ask. Plausible deniability. But to have a separate part of me believe, I think that is part of being a cop. I think that's also part of being a detective. It's part of being in charge, is to believe the people who I don't know what happened to you. I don't know why I brought you to San Francisco with me. I believe you, but...
Oh, I do.
Oh. But, and maybe Juliet always knew. Maggie's not here, to express that, but interesting to kind of go back. And especially almost 20 years on, it would be interesting to look back on how we might change the writing of the pilot even. Of who do we believe? I know, you don't want to. No, keep the character, but of who do we believe anymore?
Well, Maggie wouldn't like that since she wasn't in it.
Oh, no.
You know what? I don't think Woody even noticed that Sean had some gift. I really don't. I just think he thought, hey, this guy's pretty smart.
He's like, wow,
I hope he likes me, you know.
I'm going to believe him. Oh my gosh, you never knew.
No, I don't. I really never questioned it. I mean, it was just fine with me, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you were probably the busiest man in Santa Barbara.
There were a lot of bodies coming through that morning. Yeah.
It's not
Sometimes
safe
just
there.
half a body.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm super excited. My whole family loves Psych, and we actually collaborated to figure out the best question to ask. So what are all of your favorite fake names that Sean has given Gus?
Oh.
I'm jumping in now because I know mine, and before you guys take it. It's MC, clap your hands.
Also because of Dulay's response to that line, which you just perfectly did.
It's good. It's good. Anyone? Do you even remember
Somebody
them?
asked me yesterday, can you write down your favorite
Me too.
name for, it's probably the same person. I mean, honestly, I ain't got one. I don't know what they are.
I couldn't remember any of them.
I can't remember them. But
We are officially old, Corbin.
no. Yeah. Or the title or the I was like,
So many.
And yet they're hilarious.
No,
Every time I
no.
hear one, I think it's great, but I don't remember them.
not a single one.
Not one, no.
You weren't around when they were saying that.
Yeah, that's part of it.
no.
You weren't
They didn't
there.
say them in the
there.
more.
And did you watch the show?
Yes.
Oh.
I watched everyone. I watched 33 of them. Yeah.
What is your favorite?
Well, I watched the 3 minutes of the ones I was in.
There you are.
What is your favorite?
So my favorite was Sh Dynasty, SH, comma to the top Dynasty.
Who's
that's
that
God's
comma for? Yeah, that comma's for God.
And then my mom's is Black and Tan. And my
Is that a nickname?
Yeah, when they're going into the club and Sean is black and Gus is tan, and then the bouncer assumes that Gus
That's
is
his
black.
name? Oh.
And then another favorite was ghee butter snaps.
There it is.
Wow. Oh, that's what I actually wrote on somebody's because they told me to.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we have 3 minutes left if we can lightning round these questions. Hi.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I know that the show made a lot of homages to different franchises and TV shows, like Dual Spires and Tuesday the 17th. If you could make an episode based around a film or a TV show, what would it be?
Is it a Psych episode? Like we're
just
doing
like
a Psych episode
Yeah,
a
if
la
you can-
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Star Wars.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could do a supernatural one.
I'm going to do a Gilligan's Island one.
Can we? Is it weird to do like Little House on the Prairie with Sean and Gus?
No.
That's not weird at all. We'll have like a covered wagon and everything.
I just thought about Sean as Gilligan. God, that would be outrageous.
You as the skipper?
Oh my! And you're the professor.
Yeah.
No, you're the professor. Oh, you're the professor.
Professor. And we've got
Marianne, or do you want to be Ginger?
No, I'll be Marianne.
I'll be Ginger.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, real quick.
Hi. First of all, thank you, Timothy, for drawing mustaches and stuff on the boys. That was amazing.
It is my my standard thing for them because they're never here. So you're
I've
welcome.
seen your work as it's come by my table. Yes.
Real quick, I just wanted to ask, since there's quite a few special guests and episodes that are related to horror movie stuff, if your characters were in one, who's getting killed off and who's surviving?
I'm definitely final girl. I just need to step that out there.
I think Lassiter's the first to get killed just because it would be funnier.
Gus might give you a run for your money. Like he'll just like step in the bear trap and it's like, oh.
Guess is the.
Well, that's
Gus is
also
the first one out
doesn't
of
the
there.
brother always go?
Yeah.
Doesn't the brother always go first?
You.
He references that.
I think Henry survives.
Yeah, because I'm the virgin.
Yeah. And I don't think Woody makes it.
Maybe you're the final sacrifice. Of
I
like,
might be.
you
There was a
push
lot of
yourself
screaming.
out.
A lot of screaming.
You're
and
the guy that we
weeping.
find that's half a man.
A lot of begging.
Thank you so much. All right, so unfortunately we are out of time, but I did want to get to you in your sign. You want to show it off to the crowd?
My daughter made it.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So are you guys going to be going back to your table right after this?
Yes.
Yes.
Going right back to the
Answer
table?
the rest of your question.
Yeah, so for those of you who didn't get up here to ask your question, please stop by the table, and they will be more than happy to answer any of the questions that you had. Real quick before we go, we have 17 seconds left. Can you give a 17-second thank you to the this crowd, the podcast, the show, the
Well, now we got
fans
9 because you just took up.
Yeah, thank you. Well, you've done it.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Wow. Thank you so much. And thank you. I know you waited the whole time and you didn't get going. That's a drag, and I'd complain at the front desk.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for
Thank
making
you.
it. Hey, so before
Thank
we go, I want everyone in line come up here. We're going to take a gigantic stage selfie, and I want all you guys who are in line to be up here right up in front.